Yes, it all started out as a mild curiosity in the junkyard.
There are some corners of the universe which have read the most terrible things.
Go away.
Always remembering, of course, not to reverse the polarity of the neutron.
Change, my dear. It seems on a moment too soon.
Precision.
Don't worry, it's bigger on the inside.
Doctor Who.
Excuse me, do you mind not farting while I'm saying the word?
More like a big fool than you walking behind wine.
I always read the instruction. Kidneys! How can you kidneys?
Would you like a jelly baby?
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Okay, welcome!
Welcome
to episode 203 of Doctor Who Time and Space with me, Lewis Moon.
And me, Dr. Cool.
So basically, this is a Doctor Who podcast. We're here every Saturday to give you the latest Doctor Who news and to talk about some other things Doctor Who related and review an episode. I'm just going to say now that I love listening to all of those quotes every week.
I do as well.
In that
It's really
theme
fun.
tune. It's quite new to us because this is our fourth show actually.
With the new theme.
With the new theme
Yeah.
tune.
But episode 204 in total.
3.
203. Oh, 203. I've lost a week.
Yeah, no, it's 203 because we started it on 200. Yeah.
Yes. True.
Yeah.
So what do we have on episode 203?
So this week, on episode 203, we're going to be seeing the return of monsternality as we take a look at some of the most notable classic Who monsters and villains.
We will be giving our thoughts on the David Tennant era episode Love and Monsters.
Yes. Will we love it, or will it be monstrous? We've also got the latest Who news, including the official release of the new trailer.
And we shall be pressing yet again the magic randomizer.
Okay, we usually talk a little bit about what we've been doing.
Yep.
I haven't watched any actual Doctor Who this week.
Have you not? Have you been listening to any?
I have, yeah. I was continuing listening to The Girl Who Never Was.
Okay. Yep.
Sidemen have come into it now.
Yep.
It's quite good.
How are you finding it?
Yeah, it's quite good. It's sort of like spread over various times. It's sort of like there's an older version of Charlotte Pollard at the moment.
Okay.
You know, the companion.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like she doesn't have the memory of the Doctor.
Okay.
So
yeah.
You know, it's sort of like, and then the Sidemen have arrived, and that sort of refreshes her memory a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
It's
Sounds
quite a
interesting.
strange story, but it's quite good. It's the final one with Paul McGann and India Fisher together.
Yeah.
Because then she goes on to star with the Sixth Doctor in a few adventures.
Yeah. Yeah. Excellent. You think you'll be keeping this going, this Big Finish a-thon?
I will, for the foreseeable future, because Big Finish is going on till 2025. That's confirmed.
Okay, yeah.
About last year, so...
Is that how they've planned episodes up until at least then, have they?
Well, they know it's going on until 2025.
Okay. Oh, they've got the licence, probably.
Yeah, they've got the
Yeah.
licence.
Yeah. Okay.
But they've got plans until 2020 for the
right.
main range stories, at least.
Have you got any other either sort of things you've been watching or other Doctor Who related bits of stuff that you've been doing?
Not really. I mean, I'm going to be watching Fires of Pompeii again. I haven't seen it for years, so I'm going to be watching that tonight. So I'll let you know my thoughts on that next week.
Okay.
But also, I'm thinking of watching a few Series 9 episodes. I think I'll watch Under the Lake Before the Flood before the premiere of Series 9.
Yeah.
10.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I for my own this week, I've not watched any Doctor Who,
No.
as you would expect. I never
Apart
have
from
really,
Love and
other
Monsters.
than what we watched together. But I have been carrying on with Walking Dead. And that's
Yep.
been good. Beginning to build. I think set a few pillars for a big finale. I think this week.
Yes.
And I've watched a few more Game of Thrones, which is for sort of like a third time actually some of these episodes.
Oh, cool, yeah.
Been good fun as
Great.
well. So great series all in.
What series of game are you watching?
I've been watching the first few again.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah.
Iron Fist dropped this week. Are you thinking of watching that?
I definitely will watch Iron Fist actually. Yeah.
Yes.
I might even. I'm away. I've been going to London a few times for a few gigs and things, so I may actually. I'm due to go again this week, so I might actually download a few of the Iron Fist ones to watch in the train.
Yeah, that
perhaps.
sounds good. You can
Yeah.
download things with Netflix now.
Can
can't
now,
you?
yeah. So that might be the plan. I might. Do
Yeah.
that, which would be good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But I think that's probably about all I've got to report, really.
I think that's probably all I've got to report too. Any other discussion points that aren't related to what's coming up?
I don't think so. So I think we can probably crack on straight with the news, can we?
Okay, let's begin with this week's Doctor Who. So, we're close now, guys. We're 4 weeks or under, whilst you're listening to this, until Series 10. 4 weeks.
Amazing.
Which
isn't it, when you
me-
think
yeah.
what a long wait we've had for it.
I know, and it's absolutely brilliant to see that coming very, very soon. We'll be, talking a lot. That will be the main focus, definitely, over the next few months on the programme, obviously, because it's such a major point in the year for us Doctor Who fans and podcasters. So if you're not a fan of New Who or the new series, then the next few weeks won't be your thing.
So what do we have news-wise then?
We do
All
have a
done.
lot of Series 10 news, Series 10 related news. Last week we talked about the leaked Series 10 trailer,
Okay.
and they officially released that this week.
Yeah.
You can see our thoughts on that on episode 202, the Rebel episodes on YouTube or Podomatic now. And they've officially released it. We'll talk a little bit about some more of the things we noticed watching it again and looking at other people's trailer breakdowns and seeing thoughts and news and relating it. So we'll be talking a bit about our theories. First though, we had a new image for Series 10, which saw the Doctor, Bill and Nardole. So basically in the image is the Doctor hanging out of the TARDIS with Nardole holding him, and Bill's about to fall out of the TARDIS, or is falling out of the TARDIS, and the Doctor's grabbing onto her. And in the background you can see various hints to some items. You can see at the bottom some sort of burning forest. You can see at the top the red planet, which is presumably Mars.
Yeah.
And you can see here Earth, or what could be Mondas. So,
Do you think it's going to be based in Mondas in that episode?
I'm not sure. I think it will be on Earth. I don't
Think
know.
so?
What do you think? I hope we go to Mondas.
When was the last time? How many times have we been to Mondas?
Only
Is
once.
it just the once, and the first one they're in?
Yeah, and that one isn't even the main focus, I don't
Okay.
think. I think it's only for a little bit they go on Mondas.
Okay.
Don't even know if they go on Mondas, do they? I can't remember. I haven't watched 10th Planet since 2013, so...
And you've only been a nipper.
Or 2014. I don't know. What do you think of this new promo image then?
Yes, it looks very season 10.
Yeah, it looks very exciting, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's got a good feel to it.
We've been hinted at things being very epic by Capaldi.
So was this
Plus
released? Was this picture released before the trailer?
It was released to advertise the trailer coming out later that night.
Oh, okay.
So it was
Yeah.
released. Also, alongside that picture, we had the release of the official title for episode 1 of Series 10. And episode 1, we shall no longer be calling it episode 1, But we now have an official confirmation. The title is The Pilot for the season opener. What do we know about the pilot? We know that it's going to have the water monsters. We know that it's going to be introducing Bill. We know there's going to be Daleks. We know there's going to be Nardo. You know, it's going to be a sort of setup, a sort of pilot for what's to come. As I was saying earlier in the week, it's sort of as if it's a fresh start, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's what people are saying, because the pilot suggests a new era of the show, a new
Definitely.
feel.
Yeah.
What do you think of the title? Do you think it suits Doctor Who?
No.
Better than A Star in Her Eye?
See, I'm not sure actually. I think we talked about this the other day, and I think I said it was. And now, the more I think about it, I think A Star in Her Eye is a bit more magical.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't know, I don't mind the title. It's just a title, basically.
I think they should have called this episode Bill.
Like Rose.
Yeah.
Imagine if all openers of the series were called... no, all the companion
Yeah.
first episodes were called Bill, Clara, Amy, Martha, Donna, and obviously
Yeah.
Rose.
I think they could have called it Bill. There. That's what
Yeah,
I
well, the Star in Her Eye would be quite good, though. I mean, the pilot could refer to various things, most notably Bill in the TARDIS. But A Star in Her Eye, someone pointed out that Heather, the water monster, actually does have a star in her eye.
Mm.
But,
Ooh.
I don't know, it's just a title. I mean, they've sort of gone for a simpler approach, I think, in terms of titles. You know,
Yeah.
Smile, Thin Ice, Knock Knock, Oxygen, if those are all the true titles.
So the one, the pilot, does that correspond with the bookcase? Because there was that theory at one point, wasn't there, about names being on bookcases?
It does.
So the
It was
pilot
on.
is one of them.
It was on the bookcase.
Ah, okay.
Meaning that probably it will be Smile, Thin Ice,
Yeah.
Knock, and Oxygen.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
I meant to ask you that when that news first came out, and I
No.
forgot. But okay, yeah. Anything else to talk about on this one?
I don't think so. Should we move on to the trailer and talking about
Yeah.
more?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so we're just going to talk you through the trailer.
I mean, I guess it's probably just worth reminding people that last week we saw a leak of the trailer, didn't we?
Yeah,
And
and-
we gave a bit of a breakdown
Yeah.
of it then. But since then, we've had a chance to watch it again,
Yeah.
and also we've seen a few other videos with other people talking about it. So it'd be interesting to compare
Yeah.
their thoughts and notes on it in comparison to ours.
I sat through some of the football game just to see the trailer that I'd already seen. And the only reason I did it was to see why, how they introduce it, to see if they mention Time for Heroes in the introduction bit.
Did they?
No.
Ah, what?
They just said, guess who else is returning or something, and then it went into it.
And then I was thinking I was going to guess.
Yeah.
But that's what Gary Lineker or whoever was going to
It
say.
was Gary Lineker.
Yeah.
It's always Gary Lineker.
Gary Lineker.
So I've got on here a trailer breakdown that I made myself.
Yeah.
You can see it on... I took snapshots from YouTube
Yeah.
in this trailer on most of them. And I've got individual snapshots of all of the pictures.
Fantastic.
That's on misslistmoonadventures.weebly.com. Anything you want to point out from these images down here?
Not really. I'm trying to think now to when we saw the reviews by other people, where there were bits that people had picked up on that we hadn't. I mean, there was the bit about those mangly-faced monk things, wasn't there? Which
Yeah.
we hadn't realised, but it seems they're going to be in 3 stories.
No, they're going to be in 7 apparently.
Oh, in 7?
On the fan show it said they're going to be in 7 episodes from the middle of the series.
Oh, yeah,
We'll
okay.
talk about the 3-parter in a second.
Yeah,
but
yeah, okay.
It said they were going to be in 7.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know whether that was, real.
So presumably
Sure.
they're linked in with whatever the story arc's going to be.
Hope it's not going to be like the hybrid from last year, because that was a waste of
It was a
time.
rubbish story arc.
I hated that. That was just, we didn't even learn that. I quite like the Missy story arc before, because obviously that was sort of a major part of Peter Capaldi's.
Yeah.
And that was, you needed that story arc.
Yeah.
Like the Bad Wolf story arc.
Yeah. That's right.
And stuff like that, you know. There's some which are necessary. The Hybrid was definitely the worst story arc from all of the New
No, definitely. Yeah.
Who. You could have done without it.
Yeah.
So, what else was I going to point out? I was going to point out... What was it? I'll just scroll down
I'll tell you
here.
what we talked about. I can't remember if we mentioned it last week or not, but you pointed out when we were viewing it that that Nardole has a sonic screwdriver, and it was
Yeah, the Fourth Doctor's.
Fourth Doctor's. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So and somebody else has pointed that out as well when we were watching the videos. I think
Yes.
you might have mentioned it last week anyway.
Yeah, I did. Also, I what was it? I keep forgetting it every time. Oh yeah, there's a bit where Gallifreyan symbols are there.
I didn't catch that either.
I didn't catch that because it's, you know, quite quick.
Yeah.
And I missed that in my trailer breakdown.
Yeah.
But it could lead to the return of Gallifrey again. Hopefully they'll do it much better if it does, or maybe it's leading to something to do with Gallifrey.
I think last time the lead into Gallifrey was really, really strong, wasn't it?
It was.
Just when they got there, it was just wasn't sure it was really worth the wait.
No, it wasn't. Anything else you want to touch on the trailer?
I think so. I mean, it's good to see it
thoughts?
officially out there now.
It is, because we can talk about it as much as we want, really. It doesn't count as a spoiler or anything now.
Yeah, it certainly looks like a good trailer, and got quite an
It does.
exciting one, I think.
It is, yeah, and I'm really looking forward to watching it in 4 weeks' time.
Definitely so.
Really
Yeah,
exciting.
definitely so.
Okay, more Series 10 news then.
Yep.
Unless you have anything to touch on about.
Nope, that's
Okay, more Series 10 news. Series 10 has a three-parter. A three-part epic story featuring Missy and the monks.
Ooh.
It's not the finale.
Okay, sounds interesting.
We didn't even know this was going to be a two-parter, so...
No.
This is, Series 10 of Doctor Who will feature a three-parter, as Toby Whitehouse confirmed to Digital Spy. The epic story will take place across episodes 6 to 8 of the new run. Whitehouse said, "Mine is the third of part of the three-parter. Stephen Moffat's done the first one, Peter Harness did the second one, and I've done the third.
Ooh.
It's set modern day, and I think anything more than that, and Stephen will come around and kick me in the shin." While details are slim, we also know that the creepy new foe, the monks, will feature prominently, and Missy will also be back. Quite enough for the Doctor to handle. Let's talk through this then, this new announcement. We haven't had a three-parter to start with since the Series 3 finale, Utopia, Sound of Drums and Last of the Time Lords.
Yep.
That, and, you know, that was pretty epic.
I guess, I mean, it depends how you look at it. I mean, there's an argument to say that Face the Raven, Heaven Sent and Hal Bent are a three-parter.
Technically, because they all have a lead into it, but nobody counted it as that.
Yeah.
Also, it's quite interesting to see all of the episodes are written by different writers.
Yeah, that is unusual.
I don't know whether Stephen Moffat will be co-writing the other two that he's not writing.
It may be that there's a sort of theme that runs through them, maybe.
Yeah, I mean the
Like
monks.
a link.
The monks will possibly be something to do with that thing. What do you think of the monks? Because very interesting. Because we're guessing they're going to be something to do with the story arc, unless something unexpected pops up.
Yeah.
Or there's no story arc at all. Why do you think? Do you think they're good or bad, or why do you think they're in so many episodes of Series 10?
Why do I think? I imagine it's probably just going to fit around the story arc. There'll be something which Stephen Moffat's come up with, which he thinks is a bit cool.
Yeah.
And a link back to it.
Possibly they'll be overused.
Could they be dead Time Lords?
Ooh, yeah. I mean, do you think when they like go, do you think they automatically like make you tell the truth or something? Like
Could be, yeah. There seemed to be something like that, wasn't there?
Yeah.
What
do
were they
you-
called again? What they called the truth?
The
monks?
truth monks.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll be like when they like they control you to tell all of your secrets, and so
Yeah.
you can never hide something from the truth
Yeah.
monks, like all of your regrets.
Yeah, well, they sort of did that a couple of seasons ago, didn't they, with the teller? That was the
Yeah,
sort of concept behind
And
that.
they kind of did it with the whole planet in Trenzalore in the Times of
Oh,
Doctor.
yeah,
You can
that's true.
tell lies.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah,
Um,
who knows?
But it's good to see Peter Harness and Toby Whithouse back to be penning stories.
Yes.
Because last year they did write Under the Lake and Saigon Invasion.
Yeah, both of
respectively.
which are good stories, aren't
Yeah,
they?
they are.
Yeah.
So good to see them back. Did I want to touch? Oh yeah, Missy's back as well.
Do we know how many of the episodes Missy's going to be in?
I don't know. We definitely know she's in episode 6.
Mhm.
But I'm guessing she'll be in all of them. I don't know.
Could well be something to do with the Ark again, couldn't she?
Yeah. Will she be something to do with the Truth Monks, I wonder? Will the Truth Monks be in all episodes? Will Missy be in
Maybe.
all episodes?
What are you hoping for from Missy this time around?
Darker side than
Yeah.
last year. A bit like she was in the Series 8 finale.
Yeah.
Causing mischief, doing things that the Master would do, sort of things that are really devious and, things that are hard to escape from.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bringing back all of the Cybermen or something. Like,
Yeah. I wonder
In the
what she will
finale.
do. I mean, there could be something around that with by the very nature of the fact that we seem to have a whole host of different sorts of Cybermen. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
it is.
I think it'd be good as well if Missy is really, really bad.
Yeah, it would. I don't want to see her good again, at least not in all of the episodes of the series.
No.
That was good to see that, but we only have to see it in one story, really.
Yeah. No, that's right. Okay.
Okay.
What do we have next?
So, Series 10. More Series 10 stuff. We're talking about cinema outings.
Okay.
So, BBC Worldwide and Fathom Events have sent further details to show the new series premiere, the pilot, on cinema screens, firstly across the United States. Tickets are available. It's going to be there for 2 nights this
Ooh.
year. Those will be on Monday, April the 17th, and Wednesday, April the 19th. And those will both be at 7 p.m. They will be following America's television premiere on Saturday, the April the 15th at 9/8 Central.
Brilliant.
In addition to the feature content, audiences will enjoy the premiere episode of the Doctor Who spin-off series Class, featuring a guest appearance by the Doctor himself, Peter Capaldi, and the never-before-seen bonus feature Becoming the Companion, in which fans will travel with new companion Pearl McKee from the London stage through the doors of the TARDIS to a once-in-a-lifetime role. Or as Pearl says, the most insane thing that's ever happened to me. The bonus feature includes exclusive interviews with Pearl McKee, Peter Capaldi and Stephen Moffat. It's narrated by Ingrid Oliver. So tickets can be purchased by visiting the Fathom Events website, and that will be in on the Mystery Screen Adventures .weebly.com.
Is Class being shown first or afterwards?
Afterwards.
Okay.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
another cinema outing is what's this? Is this just the trailer for? No, that's the Series 10 trailer. So BBC Worldwide, ANZ, and Charlotte Mill Films have announced that they will be presenting a special event screening of the first episode of the new series, The Pilot, over Easter Sunday and Monday
Ooh.
to join the US outing. The episode sees the introduction of new sidekick Bill, as played by Plum Key. Louise Hill, live entertainment. No, we don't need to do that. Full details on the event can be found at the Sean Mill Films website, again at mysteriouslyadventures.weebly.com, including cinema venues and ticket information once available. The pilot will premiere in Australia on ABC Ivy immediately after the UK broadcast on the 16th of April, 15th, and will air simultaneously on ABC and ABC Me at 7:40 p.m. I think on this website, that Doctor News that I'm reading this on, in the This Week in Doctor Who, it says the episode's airing at 7.
Right.
The pilot.
Okay.
But I don't know whether that's confirmation.
Okay.
I think we'll have to wait till the synopsis comes out for an official timing.
Yeah. Okay. That's going to make it very frustrating for us, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Just purely from me and the boys' usual schedule.
Yes. So, finally, Lethbridge Stewart novel.
Ooh.
Candy Jar Books have released the final cover for The Life of Evans, the first in the new series of Lethbridge Stewart spin-off novellas. So, the artwork is by Richard Young, who previously did the cover for Blood of Atlantis, and the book written by John Peel also includes a bonus short story, Time and Again, by Robert Manlone. The novel is available from the Candy Jar website. It's limited to 400 copies, of which half have already been sold.
Wowza.
Everyone loves the Lethbridge Stewart novels.
Yay. Must read one Monday.
We must do, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's it for news. Anything else you'd like to touch on?
No, I
news?
think that's probably enough, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, we went through all of that quite quickly.
We did, yeah. Not so much news this week, I guess.
Well,
But after last week's extravaganza of
yeah,
chat through the trailer.
we got some new Series 10 news, which is great to hear.
Yeah, oh, indeed.
So, a few bits of cool new news.
Yeah.
So, that's it for news. We're going on now. We're going to a classic Who theme now, and we're going to be looking at Monster Analogy. So, next up then, we see the return of Monster Analogy. It's been a while since we did one of these, didn't we?
It is, I can't even remember what we do on them. You have to remind
yeah,
us.
it's been, we've not done any in 2017, I'll tell you that. We probably did the last one around the mid 2016 point.
Okay.
But Monster Analogy then. Today we're going to be looking at classic monsters in detail. So we're going to be discussing some of their best moments and best episodes if they've been in multiple appearances. We'll talk about, we'll briefly touch on monsters like Daleks and Cybermen, but we'll mainly focus on some of the monsters that are confined to Classic Who, such as the Sea Devils and the Mara, which are notable for being in Classic Who.
Okay.
So where should we start today? What monsters should we start at? The people like the Daleks and the Cybermen, or?
Yeah, let's start on the biggies, the big hitters
Okay.
first of all.
Daleks then.
Yep.
First appearance, the Daleks.
Yep.
Obviously, one of, if not the most notable monster of Doctor Who. Possibly like the second thing people think of when you think of Doctor Who. First you think of the Doctor, then you think of the Daleks.
Yep.
But you know, here the Daleks were in it quite a bit in the William Hartnell era, and the start of the Patrick Troughton era, However, their role was limited, much like the Cybermen in later parts.
Yeah.
Let's touch on
I was just thinking about
thoughts.
that. Do you think that was when they first came out because they were so popular?
Yeah.
Because it really made the series, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
The Daleks. The kids all wanted to be
Yeah.
Daleks.
They appeared 6 times in the 1960s.
Well, so.
But then later on, they only appeared. Well, no, they did appear 6 times in the 70s, I think, too, if not 5. But then they only appeared 3 times in the 80s.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Daleks in Classic Who.
Okay.
Thoughts?
Thoughts? I think that's where the Daleks belong, really.
Yes.
The majority of the best Dalek things are from that era, aren't
Yes,
they?
apart from a select few, which we'll
Yeah.
talk about next week.
Yeah. So I think Daleks are very much about the early years, particularly the first sort of era of
Yeah.
of Who.
They were scarier, much like the Cybermen.
Yeah, indeed. And I think by the time we got to Tom Baker's era, Genesis of the Daleks being probably the best Doctor Who story of all time, but
Yeah.
but it also saw a change because it meant then that the Daleks weren't the only weren't the central point anymore. It became Davros, didn't it? Really,
Yeah.
the next few stories.
It did, yeah.
So I think probably I've not seen any of the William Hartnell era ones,
No.
but they do look quite scary. Or you can imagine them being scary.
They're
past.
better than most of the ones in later years.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was all I was going to say.
Okay. Let's talk about favourite episodes and moments with the Daleks in Classic Who. Favourite episode. Let's go for the favourite 3 episodes of the Daleks.
Okay. You'd
In
probably have to do that
Classic
because I probably haven't seen 3 in Classic Who.
Yeah, you have.
Have I? Then.
Yeah, you've seen Genesis,
Genesis.
Power and Resurrection.
Okay. Which one's Resurrection again?
Peter Davidson.
Okay. Yeah. Certainly the first 2 you mentioned are classics.
Yeah.
Resurrection's quite good.
Yeah, it is. I'm going to say my top 3: Dalek Invasion of Earth, Genesis of the Daleks, and Power of the Daleks.
It's definitely Dalek Invasion of Earth is the next one I want to see.
Yeah. Favourite moment of the Daleks? Mine is them going across the bridge in London.
Okay, yeah,
because
is
that
really,
is a
really,
famous and notable scene.
really good bit. I think possibly the first ever time you see the Dalek.
It is great, yeah.
They do look quite intimidating, don't they? You can
Yeah.
imagine that in those days that would have been really scary.
It would have been, yeah.
Yeah.
It is quite scary.
Yeah.
Should we move on to Cybermen then?
Cybermen, yeah. What have we got with Cybermen?
So, history of the Cybermen a little bit. I mean, you can probably see our full thoughts on Cybermen as monsters in an earlier monster analogy. But I think the Cybermen first became in the 10th Planet, but were major villains in the Patrick Troughton era.
Yeah.
That's where they're most notable for. But they weren't as regular appearing as the Daleks.
Yeah.
But they did appear in 380 stories. Only one 70s story
Right.
and 5 60s stories.
It's hard to believe they were only once in the 70s, isn't it? Really?
I know, it is. It's very unbelievable.
Yeah. Do you think again that the Cybermen's strongest era is the black and white era?
It is, yeah, because they are scariest. They do
Yeah.
get they get less scary as the episodes go on, I think. They're most scary in the 10th Planet,
Yeah.
and it's great to be seeing the return of the Mondasian Cybermen in Series 10, because the creepiest era of Cybermen.
Well, they only really look like that for the 10th Planet.
Yeah, they do.
So by the time we get, what's the next?
Moonbase.
Oh yeah, so by the Moonbase they're a little bit more metallic, aren't they?
Yeah, have you seen 3 classic Cybermen?
I have done.
You have.
But when I was little, but not enough.
No, you have now.
Have I?
Yeah.
Moonbase I've seen.
You've seen Moonbase, you've seen Earthshock, and you've seen the Attack of the Cybermen.
Okay. Yeah. So I wouldn't have any of those as classics though.
No.
To me,
Okay.
I
no,
even
Earthshock's
think
the best one.
Earthshock's really good, but I think Earthshock's a little bit overrated.
It is a little bit, but I think that's the best one out of the three.
Yeah, I think I remember Earthshock from when I was growing up really, really well.
Yeah. It would have been great if you were first watching it because of the appearance of the Cybermen and the death of Adric. There were a lot of shocks.
Yeah, no, that's right. But Moonbase, I wanted to like Moonbase more than I did like it. It was still enjoyable, but it wasn't as strong as I was expecting it to be, I don't think.
No, it wasn't.
The ones I really want to see, was that the next question you're going to come on to?
Yeah, okay.
Are Inferno and...
Inferno?
Not Inferno.
Invasion?
Invasion, sorry. And...
Tomb.
Yeah. I should just let you tell me. Tell them what I want to see.
Top 3 stories for me then. I'm going to go for The Invasion, The Tomb of the Cybermen, and Earthshock.
Okay.
Then favourite Cyberman moment, I'm going to have to say the St. Paul's theme. Scene in The Invasion.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, classic scene.
Very famous.
Yeah. Second being perhaps the death of Adric.
Yes, because everyone likes to see that. Who should we move on to next then?
Perhaps should we do the Ice Warriors next?
Yeah,
Particularly
let's
as we've
do the
got with the sort of season 10 on the horizon, it's probably quite an apt.
Yeah, we didn't do a monster analogy for the Ice Warriors, so it's
No.
good to touch on them. Ice Warriors then first appeared in the second Doctor's era, but then appeared in the third Doctor's era. You've only seen 2.
Yeah.
So in a minute we'll order the 2. Thoughts on the Ice Warriors in Classic Who? This is not including their appearance in the Cold War.
They walk around very clunkily, don't they?
Yeah.
But they are quite intimidating. I like their voices.
Yeah, me too.
They look good. They look good, I think.
Yeah, they do.
And I like the way that actually in the 2 that I've seen, they've swapped around them being good and bad.
Yeah, that is good. Yeah.
So, the 2 that I've seen are Curse of Peladon and the Ice Warriors.
Yes.
Curse of Peladon, they're not the threat.
No, they're not. So could you order those 2, please?
Yep, Curse of Peladon and then the Ice Warriors.
Okay. So is that an easy?
Yep, very easy because I really, really like Curse of Peladon.
It's a classic. It is a pure classic.
Yeah.
My top 3, in order, I'm going to go for Seeds of Death, The Curse of Peladon, and the Ice Warriors.
Okay. Yeah, that
Yes.
sounds good.
Okay.
So sorry, you had Curse of Peladon first as well.
No, second.
Second, what was it? Seeds
I
of Death?
put Seeds of Death
Okay.
above it.
Yeah, so I've not seen that.
I like that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Ice Lord. Okay.
Best Ice Warrior scene?
I'm gonna say their invasion of the moon base, the T-Map moon base in the Seeds of Death.
Okay. I'm not going to add anything really because I can't really think enough.
What's your favourite moment?
Can't really think of one.
Okay. Obviously their moment in the Ice Warriors too is great, where they with the the appearances of them when they come out of the.
Actually, I might go for that actually.
Yeah.
When you first see them, when they first break out the ice.
Yeah. Then who should we go on to next? What monsters?
Maybe trying to think of other ones that have played a big role. But
Sontarans?
yeah, let's go for the Sontarans.
Okay, Sontarans then first appeared in the John Pertwee era, but also were in the Tom Baker and Peter Davison era, totaling to 4 Classic Who stories.
Yeah.
Same as the Ice Warriors.
Yeah.
Thoughts on the Sontarans?
They're bold.
Yeah.
And they look like potatoes.
Yeah. They are very good ideas for villains, for
Yeah.
clones that are, have fun in war,
I think they're clones that have been cloned for the purposes of fighting, and therefore
Yeah.
they enjoy it, don't they?
Yeah.
I really like the look of them. I like the way that their tongues in the old ones poke out.
Yeah, I love that scene.
I like the fact that the spaceships. I like
Me too. The spheres.
funny little spheres. Some good stories with them as well. Certainly in classic.
There
Who.
is,
I don't
yeah.
think that's that's the case with New Who. But,
No, because we've only seen one proper
Mhm.
Sontaran story.
and it's rubbish.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's just not that great.
Yeah.
So let me top 3 Sontaran stories. Should I go first?
Yeah, you go first. Yeah.
Because no, you've seen 3.
I have seen 3. I
You've
just
seen
can't
all
think
of them.
Have I?
Yeah, you've seen all of the
Can you
class.
just remind me what they are?
So there's the Time Warrior, Sontaran Experiment,
Yeah.
Invasion of Time,
Yeah.
and the 2 Doctors.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to go for top. The Time Warrior,
Yeah,
Sontaran Experiment,
yeah.
2 Doctors.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go Time Warrior, Invasion of Time, Sontaran Experiment.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not 100% about the Invasion Time.
I
It's
like the
okay.
Invasion
I know
of
I know
Time.
you really like it.
I really like the Invasion
I
of
find
Time.
it a bit. It drags a bit. I think.
No, I think it's really good. I like their exploration of the TARDIS. I like the Sontaran parts.
Yeah.
And I like the lead up to that. The 2 Doctors is a bit silly. I love the inclusion of Patrick Troughton.
Yeah.
But it's very silly.
It is really. Yeah.
Let's move on to Silurians.
Silurians. Okay.
Let's count Silurians and Sea Devils.
Okay.
Let's talk about both of them. So, 3rd Doctor and 5th Doctor appearances.
Yep.
They were 2 separate stories in the 3rd Doctor.
Yep.
And they both united in the 5th Doctor, in the Warriors of the Deep. You've only seen 2 of these, so
Yep.
you'll be able to order those in a minute. You've seen both of the Sea Devil ones.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on first the Silurians, then the Sea Devils?
They're typical classic He monsters, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're a bit rubbery looking, but somehow cooler
Yeah.
than when they brought them back.
Yeah, the
This is the
Silurians
Silurians.
look better
Yeah.
in Classic Key because they've got the 3rd eye as
Yeah,
well.
exactly. Having said that, the actual story where they brought them back, the Cold Earth story,
Yeah.
is actually quite a good story. I
It
think.
is really good. Cold Blood
Cold Blood.
and
So,
Angry Earth.
yeah. Why say 2 titles when you can combine them
Yeah.
into one?
True. I'd love to see the Sea Devils come back. I think they're the villain I'd most like to come back.
Yeah.
In the future, I think I'd really love to see a New Who story with them, and I hope they I hope they make them identical if they do. Like, you know, not like the Silurians or Sontarans. Just make them the same, like the Ice Warriors and the Zygons.
Yeah. I think they sort of learned from that, really.
I think they did in the Moffat era.
Yeah.
No, not the late Moffat era.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think
Yes.
I think they realised that they'd taken away something from the Silurians by
Yeah,
changing them.
They did.
And to be fair, I mean, they are meant to be a different species of the Silurians.
They are,
aren't
yeah,
They? So
they
it's
are.
fair enough.
Favourite, can you order your 2 stories?
Yeah, so which ones have I seen? Sea Devils and
Warriors of the Deep.
Warriors of the Deep. It'd have to be Sea Devils and Warriors of the Deep.
Okay, my top 3 in order. First, the Silurians.
Yep.
Second, the Sea Devils.
Yep.
Third, Warriors of the Deep.
Okay, bring back the Merca!
Bring back the Merca.
Bring back the Merca.
So, any other major villains you'd like to touch on, or should we talk about some of the, or should we talk about like 3 of our favourite monsters?
Yeah, let's talk about the 3 favourite monsters.
Okay. I think I'm going to mention the Mara in this.
Okay.
I don't know whether they'd make it to my top 3,
Yeah.
but they're quite a good idea,
Yeah.
and they appeared in 2 stories. I think I slightly prefer Snake Dance to Kinda, although Kinda's a very different story. And
I really enjoyed that. It's one of my favourite Pete Davidson ones we've
Yes,
watched.
me too. And I like both of the Mara stories.
Mhm.
The Mara's quite a good idea for a monster. I like them. What are your
Yeah.
thoughts on the Mara?
I liked it. I thought it was a really good one, actually.
Yeah.
So, the Pete Davidson stories aren't necessarily Doctor Who at its strongest, but the one that I saw that kind of was really good.
Okay. Let's talk otherwise. Sensorites. Let's talk Sensorites.
I was thinking of Sensorites earlier on. I mean, I don't think we'll see them back because
No.
I think the Ood have taken their place.
Yeah, they have.
I mean, in many ways, they needn't have created the Ood. They could have just brought the Sensorites back.
I think people would have been happy if the Sensorites came back, although the episode isn't that popular.
No.
It's quite underrated, the Sensorites.
Yeah, I mean, it drags a little bit, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
It's probably one episode longer than it needs to be, but
Yeah, it is.
but it's a good story.
Could happily be a 4-parter.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
indeed. Yeah. I also think, what about something like the Robots of Death?
Or the Vok robots,
The Vok
yeah.
Robots, yeah.
That'd be great to see back.
Yeah.
I'd love to see also the Decrepit Master from the Deadly
Yeah.
Assassin.
Of course, we never talked about the Master, did we?
No,
does
we
he not really
didn't.
cast? Does he
Um,
not fit into a monster analogy?
no, because we did that as a separate one anyway,
Okay.
so people could listen to that if they want to.
Okay. What about these? Off the record now. The big. Oh, Omega.
Oh, obviously,
Mm.
yeah, Omega would be great.
So we've seen Omega twice.
Yes, Arc of Infinity and the Three
Yep.
Doctors.
Looking completely different in Arc
Yep.
of Infinity.
He did, and he looked much better in Three
Yeah.
Doctors.
Yeah. And we may get to see him in the K9 film if it ever comes out.
Oh yeah, no, that's meant to come out this year.
Yeah. We should have to look up again and see if there's any progress on it.
I don't think so. They haven't talked about it since its announcement.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see it. Do you?
I don't think we will. Not in this year, anyway.
No. What would be a straight to DVD release?
Yeah, we don't need it though.
Digital only. Netflix new series K9.
Timequake. No, I don't want to see it. I no. Any other monsters you want to talk about? I mean, the Hemovores from the Curse of Fenric, they look cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know whether they're notable for a term.
Yeah. What about the ones that could turn into the sort of, well, sorry, their main look of the sort of blobby spaghetti bolognese things?
Oh,
wouldn't
the
they?
Axons.
The Axons.
Yeah, they would be great.
They would be good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to
But
see.
you sort of get the impression there may be a one-story monster. But
Yeah, but I'd love to see a Claws of Axos sequel.
yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Let's talk classic. So sum up.
Okay.
Classic monsters are very good. I think it set up a lot of great monsters that came back in the New Who series. I think it created much more memorable monsters than New Who. Although that we'll talk about some of the memorable creations that it created next week.
Yeah.
And there were some. But I think it was quite strong, even though they looked rubbery. They were still great ideas for monsters
Yeah.
in this era, not
Yeah.
necessarily great looks or great costumes, but great ideas
Yeah.
and concepts.
Yeah. Well, I think so. Okay. Anything else to add to the monster analogy?
I don't think so, not for Classic Who.
No.
So,
Okay.
should we move on then to our final feature this week, which is our review of Love and Monsters. So then, this week we took a challenge from the randomizer to watch one of Doctor Who's not so popular attempts, Love and Monsters, which was a 10th Doctor story, so David Tennant, which also starred Billy Piper. It was a bit different though, because it doesn't really have them in much. So we'll talk in a minute of whether we agree with people's thoughts that it is a monstrosity of an episode. But will we love it? We'll see in a second, after Decal delivers some opinion.
I think what is worth noting is that this story in the great chronology of Doctor Who is the one before Fear Her.
Yeah, which Fear Her is possibly the worst episode of New Who. Well, definitely.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
It's very different, this episode, in that we're in the David Tennant
Yeah.
era, but actually this episode isn't very David Tennant centric, is it?
No, it isn't.
It's largely based around the Doctor rather than with the Doctor. And to explain what I mean, you know what we did with, or what Doctor Who did with Sleep No More, where it tried to make something a little bit different, and it tried to do one of these sort of fly on the wall sort of. I've forgotten how they phrased it when they came out now, but that type of filmmaking, a bit like Blair Witch.
Found footage.
Fan footage, yeah. Now, it's quite similar, really, what they did here, because this episode is based around a sort of video diary of a guy called Alton, and he's basically throughout the episode describing the various encounters he's had with the Doctor, and he starts off where he's talking about a sort of chance meeting with the Doctor that he had as a child, where he just saw the Doctor in his room, and then later on he bumps into him again when he's sort of exploring this building after the sighting of the TARDIS, isn't he?
Yes.
And he meets this monster called
The Hoyks.
the Hoyks, who actually sort of just going a little bit off.
Yeah, no, of course.
Bit off text here, but I'd assumed they were a whole episode monster on the basis of the fact
Did
that you've
you?
got a figure of them.
Oh no, they're not actually. They're just appearing as a cameo,
It's
but
really cameo.
they
isn't
do really strange figures, like when they did the man from The Empty Child.
it? Yeah.
They
Oh
did
yeah,
a
that's
picture
right.
of
That's a
him,
very
and
weird
they did
one,
a
isn't
figure
it?
of him, and that was weird.
Yeah, and yet they don't make figures of things like the Teller, which you would have
I
thought would be
know.
a
That's
sort of different
like
one.
they'll probably not do a Truth Monk figure either, which
Yeah.
look like proper figure things.
Yeah.
And I bet they do an emoji bot figure.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So, so anyway, back to script. So Alton's looking on the internet and he discovers this girl called Ursula, who's also reporting similar experiences with the Doctor. The two of them form this group of like-minded people called the London Investigation Detective Agency, which is a little bit like Doctor Who time space,
Yeah.
your Twitter address.
Yeah.
And they're joined by a number of other people. So there's a woman called Bridget, a woman called Bliss, and a chap called Mr. Skinner. And they meet in this old library basement to discuss experiences they've had on the Doctor. But soon it becomes more of a social event, and they start meeting. They form a band.
Yeah.
They're listening to Mr. Skinner's novels, etc., etc. Everything's going really, really well. So one day they're interrupted by this man called Victor Kennedy, who's played by Peter Kay, and he points out to them that Linda, the London Investigation Detective Agency, has lost its focus, and he tries to get them back into what they were meant to be doing, which was finding out more and more about the Doctor, and he starts teaching them spying techniques. Part of this, and this is the sort of task that's given to Alton, is to get close to Rose Tyler's mother, Jackie, and he manages eventually to meet Jackie at a laundrette, and a bit of a comedy sequence ensues.
Yeah.
One of many comedy sequences within this one. In the interim period, I can't remember if it's before then or not, the various members of the gang start disappearing.
Linda.
Yeah, various members of the London Investigation Detective Agency keep disappearing. So eventually they I think what happens is Jackie discovers in Alton's jacket a picture of Rose Tyler, and she then realises that he's not interested in her at all, because I think she sensed a little bit of a toy boy thing coming on.
Yeah.
And instead it's all about trying to find out who the Doctor is, and that makes Alton decide that he needs to move away from it all, really, and he basically instigates a walkout. And at that stage, Mr. Skinner is
Yes.
absorbed
Yes.
by Victor Kennedy, and we discover that Victor Kennedy isn't a human at all, but he's actually called an Absorberloff.
The Absorber Clon or the Absorber Trick.
Yeah, which basically what happens is when the Absorberloff, or whatever you want to call it, touches them, they sort of materialise into his body, and
Yeah.
their faces are sort of stuck in the body.
Now this was designed for a Blue Peter competition.
That's right, it wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I think that's probably enough of an intro. How does that sound?
Yes, it does. Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on it?
You know what I'm going to say here.
You go with it first.
It's okay. It's much better than, say, Fear Her or Paradise Towers that we watched last month, which is the worst story ever. Love and Monsters is entertaining. It's quite funny, but it doesn't feel like Doctor Who, and it's not in a good way. I just don't like it because of this. I think there are some really silly parts, but it is a family show, so I can see that. But I think this episode just isn't Doctor Who to me, and I don't really like that factor.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very difficult one to place, because I'll be honest with you, I actually really enjoyed watching it.
Did you? Yeah.
I really enjoyed it, yeah. I mean, as a just a fun bit of television,
Yeah.
it was really good fun. I mean, there were bits of it that were a bit silly,
Yeah. There
and
are.
there's the chase sequence in the first section with the creature, the Hoik, whatever you call them. Hoiks. It was a
The
bit
chase
silly.
sequence at the end with the absorber lock.
Yeah, that's right, and also the. It's like in many ways they got the opportunity to work with Peter Kay, and therefore they created a story based around him being a comedian.
Yeah.
So rather than Peter Kay fitting into Doctor Who, it felt like Doctor Who fitting into Peter Kay.
It does, yeah.
So I think what actually happened is that Peter Kay absorbed Doctor Who
Yeah.
rather than the other way around.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, it depends how you look at it. I mean, I guess if you picture it slightly different, imagine that what you're watching isn't as it happens, but you're watching some guy recalling his story for the purposes of this video diary. Then maybe it's quite good.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
what?
It is. Yeah. So I think it's a much better attempt at doing the found footage style than Sleep No More.
Yeah.
But it's just not that great.
I like the characters in it. I thought they were quite good. I liked the whole idea about Linda.
Yeah, the London
Investigation.
and detective agency.
Yeah, I liked that, and I liked the fact that actually the episode was largely based around them and not the Doctor. I thought that made
Yeah,
a real.
it was different.
It
to
was.
most. It was very experimental. I'll say
Yeah.
that it didn't work as well as say Blink or Midnight,
No.
or Heaven Sent. That were all experimental episodes.
Yeah.
But it did work. It did work well.
Yeah. So, before we get into any more detail on it, let's ask the most important questions as we do every week.
Yeah.
So, Love and Monsters, too good, too bad. Can you
Okay.
name 2 good things about it and 2 bad things?
The characters were quite good.
Yeah.
I liked, the difference in characteristics, and I like how it bases around a different character.
Yeah. I think sort of a very similar theme, and if you think it's the same theme, tell me, and
Yeah,
I
it's fine.
will create a different one. But I actually thought it was refreshing to have an episode that wasn't about the Doctors.
Yeah.
It was actually around Linda, and I really liked the whole idea of this sort of small group of people that have all been touched by the Doctor at some point or other.
Yeah.
And basically are sharing their thoughts as they try and find out more about who this mysterious character is.
Yeah.
I really love that, because I think if you think about how in reality you have things like UFO groups and ghost groups and things like that,
Yes.
this mysterious character, the Doctor, would be very similar, wouldn't he? It'd be
It
this
would be,
unexplained
yeah.
phenomenon.
It would be very weird to hear of a character like the Doctor in real life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there would be groups like this
Yeah.
around, and I'm sure it's a very good idea to see.
Yeah.
This idea of a fan group.
Yeah. So if these are the 2 good, what do we have as the 2 bad?
It just doesn't feel like a Doctor Who to me, a
Yeah.
Doctor Who story, and don't like that. It's not like Return of Doctor Mysterio or something where it didn't feel much like Doctor Who, but it was good.
Yeah. I think for me, this is sort of toss up between the whole playing to Peter Kay too much, which does grate a bit. I also think, although it was quite sweet, I didn't really like the ending bit with the girlfriend being in a slab of concrete.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. I just found it a bit cheesy.
It is a bit cheesy.
Yeah.
It's a bit like a love romance film.
Yeah, it was a little bit cheesy that.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was going to. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Because I've read nothing but sort of dissing comments on this.
And
on
I
this
can
story.
agree with those people because it isn't a great episode by any means.
But where was it that the Doctor Who magazine rated it? It's
They
quite near the
placed-
bottom, wasn't it?
Yeah, they placed it. I've got it actually here. 220th out of 241.
So it's pretty low down.
It is, yeah.
I think it depends to me whether you're. It's more enjoyable than some of the Who episodes I would probably place higher than it. But it's a really difficult one to judge. It's definitely a lot better than Fear Her, that's for sure.
It is, yeah.
And I would watch it. I'd watch it 4 times in a row rather than watch Paradise Towers again.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so let's go to Twitter poll.
Okay.
The voting's still open at this current moment unless you're listening past Sunday. 25% said it was terrible, 25% said it was alright, 31% said it was good, and 19% said it was fantastic.
So it's actually interesting. So
Yeah.
the highest proportion of people are saying it's good.
Yeah, which is interesting. I would say it's okay, alright.
I'd say it's alright as well. As I say, as a standalone, it probably is enjoyable. But in the
Definitely.
great scheme of a Doctor Who episode,
It is low.
I'll tell you what, I actually, to be honest, I find generally Rose Tyler's mum, I've forgotten her name now,
Camille Kaduri, Jackie.
I find her a little bit irritating as a character.
Yeah.
But actually in this episode I warmed to her far more.
Yeah, she was a better actor.
I just think that whole, because of the fact it focused more in on the fact that she's this lonely woman,
Yeah.
and when you get the young lad there, she sees him as a little bit of a toy
Sort
boy
of
sort
about
of
the
thing.
people who leave
Yeah,
behind,
yeah.
you know?
And so I quite like that. I think probably this could be another thing that goes into the too bad, but I think sometimes, as with Sleep No More, with the fan footage stuff,
Yeah.
it felt a bit forced at times.
It did, yeah.
But if you look at it another way, I'm sure if people did encounter the Doctor, they would be doing video diaries about
They
it. and
would
things.
be, yeah.
So, what did you think about the whole way that they showed his involvement in some of the things that we'd seen over the last couple of seasons? So he was walking down the street during the Auton invasion.
Yeah.
He was what else did he see? He was there at the time when the Slitheen ship crashed into the Houses of Parliament. He was there.
At the Christmas invasion.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Did he
there's
say that?
Yeah, there was a number of things, wasn't there, that
Yeah.
he was there for. So, what did you make of that? The way that they harked back to other.
I like that. I like
Yeah.
that he was involved in those. It did feel a tiny bit forced to reference all of that, but it was quite good to see his involvement in previous stories.
Yeah. There's definitely a case where in New Who, as against Old Who, there's this acceptance that aliens do exist, isn't it?
There is, yeah.
Because of the fact that it's made the news before.
Yeah.
So, which, do I like that or not? I think it makes storytelling a lot easier. If
It
everybody
does,
knows.
yeah.
But at the same point, it makes it less believable in many respects, because we know that if something's meant to be based now, then we don't know anything about aliens invading.
Yeah,
we don't
no.
know that the Slitheen once
Feels a
took
bit
over.
dated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does date things more.
So, scores?
Yep.
So, monsters and villains?
I don't mind the Absorbaloff actually. I know
do.
a lot of people think it's
I
rubbish.
hate
don't
the
they?
Absorbaloff, but
I don't mind. I'd say it's very much a comedy villain, but I'm going to say 6.
okay. Character development.
There's a fair bit of character development, but not really around the Doctor, so I'll probably say 7 for that.
Okay. Excitement.
Ooh, that's a difficult one to judge. I wouldn't say excitement is the right word. I think it's probably a 6. It's not very exciting,
Okay. Pace.
but it's got good pace to it. I think it's very good pace. I'll say an 8 for pace.
Yeah, and story.
Story, not a bad story really. 7.
Okay, 34 out of 50, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Does that sound about right to you?
Yeah, I'd put it a bit lower.
Yeah. So overall, I'd give it about 7.2, maybe.
Okay, I'd give it a 6.8.
Okay. So I enjoyed it more than you.
You did.
How about that?
You like it more than me.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's 11 monsters for you. Let's hope for something really classic in the randomizer.
Yeah, let's hope,
So,
please.
do you want to explain the randomizer?
Yes,
concept?
so we've got every single episode of Doctor Who on a spreadsheet, and we press a macro button, and it comes up with an episode for us to watch and review next week.
Let's go for it then. So,
Okay.
find the
Wait.
magic
There.
randomizer.
Wrong thing. Should really load this up before. Okay.
So,
Ready?
Let's see. Yeah. So let's press the magic button and see what we're watching next week. Dun dun dun. Big pause.
Ooh.
Okay.
Actually, I quite
Can we fit
want
this
to
one
watch
in?
this one. Yeah.
Can we fit this one in? Right.
Yeah.
What is it then?
It's going to take 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But it's Doctor Who and the Silurians.
Okay. That's interesting, particularly on the basis of the monster analogy discussion that we had
Yes,
earlier
it
on.
is. It's always something to do with our article, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's good that we've got another classic Who
Yeah.
one, because we've not had a classic
Yeah.
Who for a while.
Actually, this is one of the ones I've been wanting to see for a long time. Again,
Brilliant.
this is John Pertwee and Liz. So
Okay.
it's from his first series.
Okay, alright, so brilliant. What number story is this?
Second.
So
John
this
Pertwee.
follows the Autons one.
Yeah,
Brilliant. And we like John Pertwee episodes on
we
the
do.
show.
It's the best era for me.
Yeah.
In terms of consistency.
Okay. Well, on that basis then,
Right.
we will look forward for Doctor Who and the Silurians.
Yes, we shall do.
Does that wrap us up for this week?
Yes, it does. So, coming next week then is episode 204, and we are going to be discussing New Who monsters in Monster Analogy.
We will also be reviewing Doctor Who and the Silurians in
Parts 1 to 3 or parts 1 to 4?
parts. How many are there in total?
7.
7. That's an awkward number, isn't it? Parts 1 to 4.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And looking at the latest news and views. That's about it, unless we get a chance
And-
to Who to Face.
Oh no, we won't be pressing the magic randomizer, will we? No. Okay.
No.
And that's it.
Yeah,
Thank you very
unless
much,
we get a
folks.
chance for Who to Face.
Yep. Who knows?
So, that's it from me. But you can stay in contact to us at the mysteriouslyadventures.weebly.com website, at Twitter at drwho time n space, as in n. Yeah, did that a bit differently this week. And there you can contact us about the latest news, the latest trailer, Series 10, Doctor Who and the Silurians, Love and Monsters, or Monsters overall from classical New Who.
I think it's also worth just pointing out for those people that have missed our little side features, who've missed Who to Face and who've missed the 3-minute rant,
Cool.
we actually posted a couple of 3-minute rants last week
On
on
Podomatic.
Podomatic.
At
So,
Doctor Time's Face.
yeah, so go ahead and have a listen to those. They're 3 minutes of us each ranting about a given Doctor Who subject matter.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'm Dr. Cole,
And I'm Lewis Mean. We'll see you next time. Same time.
same space.
Goodbye.